What's up, crazy babies? It is Seven Secret. You guys remember that song from Ozzy Osbourne? Anyone know that song? Crazy Babies. Oh, it's an awesome song. Anyways, you guys, it's Seven Secret bringing another video. This one is the GTA stunt race that I created, and it is called Use Your Brakes, because you want to use your brakes. Duh. All right, yeah. So it's the one thing it has in common with all of my other races is it's cool, it's fun, it's great, it's blah blah blah. Okay, let's move on to the topic.
Rush along to the Gaytime shop and stake your claim to a Gaytime gold mine. You'll strike a taste delight from the very first bite. Gaytime Gold Mine, the new ice cream novelty on a stick. Have a Gaytime Gold Mine from Gaytime shops everywhere.
So anyways, we got another episode of SSST. Did I say too many S's? T, triple ST. Seven Secret story time, you guys. And if you missed last week's story time, I told you a little story. And basically what story time is going to be is just me rattling off stories from my past. Things that had happened that are either funny, embarrassing, or maybe just a little uplifting or whatever. And last week's was about the farting situation in home economics class, which was not a fart, but it's perception's everything. If everyone thinks it's a fart, they're going to think it's a fart. So if you didn't hear that story, go ahead and listen to last week's episode and hear my home economics fart story. This week's little story is going to be actually a little more of a what would you call it? Not. It sucks when you can't think of a word. It's one thing when you're just in normal conversation, you can't think of a word, you just go, and they kind of finish it for you. But when you're sitting here having basically a monologue, trying to have a dialogue in a sense with other people, but it's really a monologue because no one can talk back with me, and you can't think of a word, you just go blank because you can't think of a word. But anyways, this is going to be more of just something to make you go, So let me try to get this. I'm already wasting too much time here, as I always do. But first, real quick, the story. So, I was raised on rock music, okay? My dad always raised me on rock music, loved rock music. That's all I ever listened to as far as when I was with him. But then all my friends that I had growing up were all into rap. You know, I played football, Pop Warner football, and all my buddies that played football, that's who I hung out with. And my buds. Didn't I say that last week? My buds. Anyways, I say anyways too much, don't I? I know I do. Apologize. Anyways.
You are getting very sleepy. I must convince you that Seven Secret is not a dork. Of course you know he's a dork, but I'm trying to convince you he's not a dork. Okay, back to the show.
We would hang out all the time, and they love listening to rap. So one day in middle school, I think it was either 7th or 8th grade, every once in a while they'd have a DJ come and play at lunch. And this was one of those particular days where they had a DJ coming, and he'd play in front of the amphitheater where everyone sat and ate. And we're walking towards the DJ, and I start thinking, oh God, here we go, because whenever a DJ played, everyone would dance. Not everyone, but everyone that was close to the DJ, everyone that wanted to be up in the action. And they would dance, eat their food, whatever, and I knew if I went over there I'd have to dance. And man, I've got rhythm. I can play music like a mofo. I can play football. I can play sports, video games. But I guess my races probably aren't evidence of me having good skills at video games here. But trust me, I do when I'm not on the spot. But as far as dancing goes, nah, you don't want to see that. You do not want to see that. That's White Boy Central right there.
Getting jiggy with it.
So as we're walking, I get close, and I don't remember what excuse I did, but I made up some excuse, I don't know, stomach hurt, or I'm gonna go sit, I'm tired, I don't know. But I made it right up the amphitheater because I had a bunch of stairs, where everyone could sit too, and took a right, said I'm gonna go up there, and I'm like, all right, whatever. My friends didn't really care, and I get up there, I see a guy I kind of knew a little bit, Roger, and say hi to him, and he introduces me to his buddy Jimmy. And anyways, we hit it off. And we hit it off that day. And make a long story short, those dudes ended up becoming my two best friends, two of my best friends that I'm still friends with today. I don't talk much, some sort of drifted apart as life happens, but still, I'd die for them. Still two of my best friends ever. And man, we were in bands, we wrote music together. We have so many stories that maybe I'll tell you on some of these SSSTs, but I don't know for sure if I'm gonna tell you because some were just too crazy. But I'll tell you what I can. I'll think of some in the future and tell you. But just some great stuff, man. So my main point is you absolutely never know where life's gonna take you or what's gonna happen, or one little right turn and it led to me, because after that point, every day after that lunch, I even if the DJ wasn't there, I'd turn right and go up the stairs, and they'd be like, oh man, you got new friends, and I was like, no, but it's just, I hit it off with them better, and we just connected better, and it's just crazy. So it's just crazy how that one little turn, I don't want to dance, and I thought You can say, hey, I was not facing my fear. I went against it because I didn't want to dance. And they always say, oh, face your fear, da-da-da, this and that. And that is a good thing. Of course, you should do that. But my point is it's okay. Sometimes you make a right turn when you think, oh, I shouldn't do this, and then it leads to great things. So my point is, you guys, keep up the spirit. Don't worry about it. Make those right turns. Make those left turns. And you know what? It's okay. Just keep on trying, and things will get better. I really believe that. So God bless. Keep the spirit. I already said that. I'll say it again. We will see you next week. Later, guys.